Clearly, you are going to make such a wise choice right at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Aquamarini. And this wise choice you are going to make, it's going to lead towards your own success in so many different ways. So which wise choice I am talking about? My gorgeous Aquamarini, it is all going to start with you having this accomplishment, a really nice accomplishment at the beginning of this week. You know you are gonna feel so proud of yourself. But when it comes to this accomplishment in itself, this is going to be really big for you, because the way you are instantly going to change, it's going to be completely out of this world, to be quite honest with you. So in terms of confidence, you are going to feel so excited, so happy, because it's not only about you being confident, you feeling happy, but the reason why you're going to feel so confident, there is a reason why. It's because now you will know there is instantly going to be this opportunity on your mind you already have been aware of, but for some reason you did not have enough confidence to actually consider this really seriously. Only now this is actually going to become absolutely obvious, because the moment in time you become aware of this accomplishment, at that very moment in time you are going to be reminded of this opportunity, my gorgeous Aquamarini. My goodness, maybe you even forgot about this opportunity, but honestly this in itself is rather important, because it's to do with your own specific path, which is going to lead nowhere else but towards your own destiny. This in itself, it's something you are most certainly, most importantly destined for. And that's why things are going to unfold in this specific way. So you are going to be thinking about this particular opportunity, and this is why you're going to be thinking like, oh my God, I'm so happy, I'm so excited, now I can take this opportunity on. And this in itself, it's like, oh my God, going to make you aware of the fact that it is going to be a bit hard work when it comes to that opportunity. Yes, you're going to be excited, yes, you're going to be happy, but then you're going to be thinking at the same time, my God, it's like a kind of long road ahead of you. But you must not allow this to put you off whatsoever, my gorgeous Aquamarini, because by the end of this week, or at around the end of this week, at around the end of this week, there is some kind of crazy mental revelation you're going to have. And this crazy mental revelation you're going to have at around the end of this week, it's going to open your eyes. There is something you are going to find out about one specific person, and you are not going to like this whatsoever, okay? There is something you're going to find out about this one specific person in your life, and you're not going to like this. Because I'm sorry, my gorgeous Aquamarini, but there is no other way of saying this. It's just somebody who is in your life has been, a little bit dishonest with you about something that means to you so much. And in fact, not that long ago, you had a very intense conversation with this particular person, and this is why you're going to be blown away. Perhaps that particular person promised to you that they're not going to do something in particular, or whatever it happens, they did manage to gain your trust just for a little while, you see, just for a little while, because now this in itself, it's going to be such a crazy situation. You see what I mean? So it's to do with this revelation you're going to find out at around the end of this week. You're not going to like this whatsoever. It's to do with the one specific person. It's going to blow you away, because it was to do with somebody, or it's to do with somebody who you did trust, but they were still, at the back of your mind, you weren't too sure, because there were certain things that this particular person did in their past that did affect you like a big time, but then again you decided to trust this person again. So now this revelation is going to be about that, you being kind of blown away by realizing that, this particular person was quite dishonest about something, and you're not going to like it. It is going to be a bit of a disagreement in between you two. But let me tell you, my gorgeous Aquamarini, why is this important with everything that I've said so far? So far I said that you're going to have this amazing like kind of confidence at the beginning of this week because of this accomplishment you're going to have. You need to look at the like a really great side of all this. When it comes to that accomplishment, there is another thing I was going to say to you. This accomplishment is going to kind of tell you directly, what are you so good at? What are you so great at? This is something that you need to, this accomplishment, whatever it is, you need to take on the next level. Just remember, this is to do with your destiny. When we find ourselves on the path which is going to lead towards our own destiny, of course that there is something major which is going to happen. And that major thing which happens, it seems dark, it seems negative. Oh no, I'm betrayed and all these things. No, baby, no. This is actually going to all work in your favor, because right now at this stage of your life, you're going to shake off those people and those situations that no longer serve you. Okay, and I know it sounds tough. I know it sounds like, oh my God, crazy. I know it sounds scary, but this is exactly what it happens when we find ourselves so clearly on the path towards our own destiny. So without realizing what we are doing right now, we kind of help ourselves. We clear the way, we clear the path. And I'm afraid once you find yourself on this way to your own destiny, my gorgeous Aquamarini, it is going to be absolutely obvious, like, who do you need to shake off? And I know it sounds really horrible, but it's just also in such a way where you have to be very careful about the one specific person who you cannot trust anymore, because I think it's to do with somebody who you did say quite a lot of things, like a really personal things. You don't have to worry about anything, my gorgeous Aquamarini, because everything is going to turn out to be absolutely fine. You're ridiculously, ridiculously powerful in so many different ways, especially when it comes to your own spirituality. But you have to be very smart. The more you worry about other people, or the more you worry about, or the more you may feel unhappy, the more kind of sensitive your own energy is going to become. So therefore, this means that you really need to recenter yourself. You need to ground yourself at this stage of your life and just pay attention to this particular accomplishment and achievement, baby, and see what would be the next step. See where this can take you. You need to jump in as much, you need to dive in as much as you possibly can. So the reason why this unfortunate situation is going to happen at around the end of this week, when you are going to have this scary revelation about someone, be grateful, my gorgeous Aquamarini. Be grateful. You need to understand this is a blessing more than anything else. If you did not notice this at the time, at the right time, oh my God, you would have so many unnecessary like kind of problems and negativity on your path. So just you will realize that maybe something has come to an end with the one specific person in your life, for example. But then you just need to understand this is your life, this is your spiritual journey, and at this stage of your life, most importantly, you need to focus on yourself. And this is also a clear sign and a clear direction that somebody around you has been like kind of taking your energy away without you even realizing. Somebody was very demanding around you. There is, but this person is like this particular person I'm talking about right now. That's the person that it's to do with somebody who's been very demanding in terms of energy. And you've been giving and giving and giving so much of your gorgeous energy. But then again, that has been affecting you in other ways. By you giving your precious energy to that particular person, somebody very demanding indeed, you couldn't kind of have enough energy for things that you should be kind of focusing on. And I know that this sounds crazy, but energy is an energy, really, to be quite honest with you. However we decide to think about energy, energy is something that we must not just give so freely to the certain people who are like kind of so shady in our lives, for example. So this is something that you need to be really careful about when it comes to into your future. But at the same time, my gorgeous Aquamarini, you are going to learn such a great lesson as well, who you can trust to and who you cannot trust to on your spiritual path. I know this sounds absolutely crazy what I'm going to say right now, but that particular person is going to be, I know it sounds crazy, but that particular person is going to be replaced within the next 3 months. And whether this is like maybe a friend, maybe this is a partner, maybe this is a family member, it is a very difficult to say. But that particular person is going to be replaced within the next 3 months. You know, whether the family member can be replaced, of course it can't be replaced. But then again, maybe somebody else within the family is going to come into that person's place, somebody who you can trust to, apart from this one. So this is in itself going to be important. I know, my gorgeous Aquamarini, I'm sorry. I know it's a complex reading again, but this is going to be quite important for you. The fact that you are having this revelation at around the end of this week, please don't see this as something negative. This is so important for you to open your eyes. This is so important for you to understand where exactly with your life you are. This is so important for you to understand that this is actually going to be really enlightening for you. Do you understand me? Do you know why this is going to be so enlightening for you? Because you are going to start to see this accomplishment, oh my God, on a completely different level. You're gonna, because of that, because of the revelation of this little bastard here, you're gonna be able to see this accomplishment in a completely different light, on a completely different level. So of course that this is gonna be really enlightening. When I say on a completely in a completely different light, on a completely different level, you're gonna start like kind of seeing this even greater and greater and greater. And that particular energy is something that I'm talking about. The more you gather this particular energy within you, the more powerful you are going to be at this stage of your life. And the more you're going to understand the importance of you taking this on the next level, this accomplishment here, whatever it is, you have no idea how important, my gorgeous Aquamarini, this is actually going to be. Absolutely mental indeed. And also, my gorgeous Aquamarini, by the time you get to the mid part of this week, you know, you are going to see also, you're not the first sign that I'm seeing that this is going to happen to, but you are going to come across this plant that you're going to become so crazy about, you know. There is a plant or a herb or a flower that it's really going to get your attention, baby. Work with these energies and make the most of it. What am I trying to say here? At around the midweek, you're going to come across this flower or a plant or a herb, and this is going to get your attention like a big mama, baby. So whether you're going to be outside somewhere within the nature, whether you're going to be walking on the street somewhere, whether you're going to be at home and you're going to be around your own plants or herbs, you know, or whether you're going to be watching things on the television or watching things on an internet, you know what I mean? But there is some kind of a herb that you're going to come across, and this herb plant or a plant, you know, it's going to really, or a flower, it's really going to get your attention. So you're going to find yourself like really kind of looking at that flower, looking at that plant. Oh my God, so beautiful, so gorgeous. Let's say it's lavender, and it's like you see lavender all the time. Lavender all the time, and then you like kind of see lavender, and now suddenly, oh my God, this lavender is so gorgeous. This is your sign, baby, to go to try to find out what lavender would be good for. For example, if you're not too sure about certain properties like healing, when it comes to herbs, plants and flowers, then you can go on Google and you can just type in the name of that herb, plant or a flower, and you're gonna see its properties. And I can assure you that one of the main properties of that herb or a plant, it's gonna really be for exactly what you are suffering from at around that particular time. So it means that you need to kind of start consuming that herb or a plant, for example, and you are gonna start feeling much better. You really are going to be in this particular sync, my gorgeous Aquamarini. So this is why it's so important to acknowledge this herb and find out what it is. You know, I mean, I said lavender, but it could be absolutely anything that you're gonna come across, and then you check like like what this herb is like kind of good for, and I can assure you 1,000,000% that you will be able to recognize something major within you, for example. So this is what I need you to understand, okay? Very, very important, my gorgeous aquamarini, indeed. Like for example, maybe you just suddenly see like a St. John's wort or something like that, you know what I mean? And then St. John's wort would be like a really good, like to calm down, to relax a little bit, but it's also brilliant for people who are really down, who are like a little bit sad, who are a little bit negative, who are lacking energy, who are a little bit depressed. St. John's wort is absolutely brilliant for that, for example. So it really depends on which plant you're gonna find so interesting. Maybe it's gonna be like something like a dandelion, you know what I mean? Like it's absolutely brilliant for so many different things. Like for example, maybe you need to detox your body a little bit, which dandelion is absolutely remarkable for. So it really depends what this is going to be, but I really strongly suggest you to kind of like pay attention to it. And also, at around the midweek, my gorgeous aquamarini, you see that you're just gonna worry about the money a little bit, about the finances and about the financial situation. And I'm not saying that your financial situation is gonna be bad, but there is something that is gonna get to your attention. There is some kind of information, some kind of news that you are going to hear. And this news and information which you are going to hear, it's really going to make you aware of the fact that you need to kind of protect what's yours. You need to protect what's yours. It's more like a kind of, you're not going to be worrying about finances as such, but you just will want to protect what's yours. And in order to protect what's yours, my gorgeous aquamarini, when you become aware of this information, you are going to need to set the boundaries here. You're going to need to set boundaries here. This is very important for you to understand, because as soon as you realize this, I don't need to explain you what this is, because I'm sorry, as soon as you become aware of this news and information, you will know that you are going to need to protect what's yours, because this is not a negative reading. Please don't get me wrong, because this is also going to lead towards your own success and towards your own victory. And sometimes people can be very naughty in this life. Sometimes people can be very naughty in this world. So you really need to be smart here. You really need to be clever, because somebody's trying to be too cheeky and somebody's going to try to claim something that's not theirs, but it's yours, kind of. So you're going to kind of have this great sense of urgency in order to protect what's yours at all costs. And this is exactly what you should do, my gorgeous aquamarini. And you will know this because I can clearly see you setting the boundaries here. And when I say that you're going to set the boundaries, well, this in itself is also going to lead towards your own personal transformation here, because the next few weeks are going to be so important and absolutely life-changing for you because of this. But especially when it comes to finances, and especially when it comes to you having an additional idea what you can actually do, there is something that you're going to realize you will be able to turn around and like kind of revive again. But this in itself, it's maybe like kind of making money, or it's to do with like you receiving money through something that belongs to you, like for example, and things like that. So there is something great which is going to come out of it. So you always need to understand the importance of setting the boundaries, my gorgeous aquamarini, where you should be setting the boundaries indeed. And also at around the midweek, oh my God, you see, it's like an ongoing plan in your life, something that you have been planning for a while. Something that you have been planning for a while, but you're already like a kind of halfway there. Something that you've already started when it comes to you making a big changes within your like immediate environment. Okay, you realize a while back that there was a time for change for you, for sure. But this in itself, it's really a lot to do with your immediate environment, and it's a lot to do with you realizing that you want to live every single day happy, every single day the way you want to live, you know, and that in itself needed, you know, a certain changes to be made. And you started creating these changes, and now, my gorgeous aquamarine, believe me or not, you are about halfway through, because you run into some kind of problem that gave you so much headache, you know, and the other things came up and you just left this on the side. Now you are going to need to make like a really quick decision when it comes to that ongoing plan, and you're going to be really worrying about making this really quick decision. And I know that somebody, again, very close to you, very important to you, this gorgeous person who I might keep on seeing in your life, who is like some kind of a very psychic, extremely psychic person, it's going, and you know that what this person says, it's always like absolutely spot on, especially when it comes to your personal life and your personal situation. This particular person is going to answer your question, and this particular person is going to just tell you, go for it. I mean, I'm not saying that you need to ask somebody whether you want to do something or not. Come on, my gorgeous aquamarini, you know exactly what you're doing right now here, because this person is like not from this world, like kind of this person seems to know so much more than the normal person does, and you know this, you do know this. So it's not like you need to ask someone what you should do. You know exactly what you are doing, my gorgeous aquamarini, because you're extremely smart. So you are just getting the most out of it, because you do know that this person is somebody who you can absolutely 1,000,000% rely on whatsoever. And so you're going to be worrying about this, and then what you're going to do, because you're going to run into some kind of problems. Just remember, you're halfway when it comes to this plan, when it comes to this big like a lifestyle changes, but especially when it comes to your immediate environment. Okay, I hope it's not too confusing. And this particular person, somehow it's going to make you feel so good about yourself, because they're going to tell you what you think and what you want to know, even before you ask this person what you think and what you want to know. And already you will know that you're on the right path, my gorgeous aquamarini, and you're doing the right thing. But you are, what is really going to be putting you off right now is because there is a certain big step that you're going to need to make when it comes to this. But then again, there is a risk which is going to be involved, a big risk. And this particular person, it's going to tell you that this is going to be fine. This is something that you need to do. You need to take this risk. Sometimes in life, we need to take a risk, baby. Or sometimes, like quite often actually, in life, we are taking risks. We are taking risks more often than we like to admit. To take a risk is a part of life. It's part of our existence. It's part of who we are. And even sometimes if things don't work out, at least you took this risk. If you didn't take this risk in the first place, you would never know how things are going to unfold. I'm sorry. So by taking risks, you're always so many steps ahead, rather than being so many steps backwards. So there is going to be this risk which is going to be involved, but that person is going to tell you just go for it, and you will still going to be like, oh my god, I'm so petrified. But already you are going to open your mind, and you're going to be leaning more towards taking a risk or not, because this precious person is going to confirm to you that this is something you should do. And this person is going to tell you, you will see. Well, exactly. Just like about a couple of days after that moment in time, something really unexpected is going to happen. You're going to have this beautiful, gorgeous experience, completely unexpected. And when you have this gorgeous experience, my gorgeous aquamarini, there is something you're going to find out. There is something really big you're going to become aware of. There is something big you're going to become fully aware. And that information, it's going to be absolutely crucial when it comes to that particular risk which is going to be involved. And you will know that you're going to be absolutely fine because of what you're going to find out. So this is the way things are going to turn out for you, my gorgeous aquamarini. Look at this. It's going to lead towards this. This is the gorgeous experience you're going to have, but it's going to lead towards this. I mean, what can I say? My gorgeous aquamarini? And also, by the time you get to the last part of this week, you know, you are going to, this is brilliant. By the time you get to the last part of this week, something very unusual is going to happen. But now, somebody who died, somebody who passed away, and somebody who was like a major, who was playing a major role in your life, somebody who died, it's basically going to come back to life and you're going to see them. I'm joking. Now, somebody who died, my gorgeous Aquamarini, somebody who was like a major person, one of the major people in your life, uh, you know, that particular person is going to play a very interesting role at around the end of this week, because you are going to have a very unusual sign, very strange sign. Whatever is going to happen, it could happen in so many different ways, but whatever happens, my gorgeous Aquamarini, at around the end of this week, you are somehow going to be reminded of this person who died, of this person who was in your life. And somehow you're gonna realize, it's so crazy to explain, but it's difficult to explain, but at around that time, you're somehow, after that, you know, somehow you're gonna realize something is gonna have something additional. It's going to happen and unfold in like such an abrupt way, but not in a horrible way. And you're going to realize that something bad has come to an end. Something really bad is coming to an end. And you will not be able to explain exactly how, but this is what you will feel. It's very difficult. You will not be able to explain, but this is what you will strongly feel. This is because your intuition is going to be like, oh my God, really powerful. And you're also going to realize that you're not in this self-imposed prison anymore. If you didn't realize that you were, now you're going to realize that you were in a bit of a self-imposed prison again. This is just, oh my God, so big for you, because one thing is right now going to lead into another, because you're also going to realize that because you were in a self-imposed prison for a while, there are so many realizations you're going to have. One of the biggest awakening moments of your entire life, my gorgeous Aquamarini, it's about to take place, because this is going to open your eyes towards how much this has been affecting you, this self-imposed prison, and why you were in this self-imposed prison. You're also going to kind of realize what exactly do you need to do in order to kind of come out of it completely. But the bottom line is that there is an additional step you're going to need to make. But the bottom line is that you are going to realize that you're coming out of this self-imposed prison. This is not about you realizing you are in a self-imposed prison. This is about you realizing that you are coming out of this self-imposed prison. So this is why this is going to be so important, because this in itself is going to make you realize that for a while, for the last few months, you had difficulties making big decisions without even realizing. Only now this is going to become crystal clear, because this in itself is bringing us such a powerful clarity with it. And now suddenly you are going to be reminded also, and this is the direct result of these wonderful energies. Now suddenly you're going to also be reminded something that you've discovered about yourself within the last few months. You kind of forgot about something that some kind of idea which you've had, but it's also to do with something that you really enjoy doing, something that you're so creative about. So now suddenly you're going to be reminded of it, because this is something that you need to bring onto this path right now, almost immediately. That particular thing, it's going to make you realize how much is going to change so quickly, but you are going to need to make a huge adjustment in terms of priority. This particular thing is right now at this stage of your life going to need to your attention. So this is going to need to be your priority. And the more you put this as a number one, the more faster your life is going to start moving on after this point, my gorgeous Aquamarini. So all this is going to be absolutely enormous for you when it comes to this particular week. Oh my God. So now I'm just going to shuffle these tarot cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be a tarot card of the week. Okay. Let's see, my gorgeous Aquamarini, what is going to be a tarot card of the week. Okay, what is going to be a tarot card of the week? What is going to be a tarot card of the week? Let's see. Oh my God, you see, this is what I'm talking about. This is like just to highlight that, you see, to me, this means that this stage of your life is coming to an end. When you had these problems with making decisions, this is going to be one of the greatest weeks you've had in a long time. When you realize what the problem is, when you realize what the problem was all this time, but when you also realize that that particular problem is coming to an end, these feelings, these emotions you're going to have, this is going to liberate you from this. You know, for a while, you did not even realize how much you were affected, you know. So this is all, to me, like a very fantastic sign that, you know, really bad stage in your life, it's coming to an end, but it has been affecting you more than you can possibly imagine, especially when it comes to you needing to make a really big and important decision. And look at another tarot card. You're also going to have a very, very lovely surprise this week, my gorgeous Aquamarini. You're going to have a lovely surprise. One person, one gorgeous little person in your life, it's really going to surprise you in such a good way, because that particular person is going to surprise you, but also that particular person is going to offer something very, very interesting to you. What this person is going to offer to you, you most definitely you should take on, because it's going to make your life so much more colorful, so much more colorful. What this person is going to offer to you, it's going to revive you, it's going to rejuvenate you, and it's going to make your life so much more interesting. Just remember, this in itself, it's going to come in a form of like a really nice surprise, but that surprise couldn't have happened at a better time, and you will see exactly what I mean when it happens. Okay, my gorgeous Aquamarini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye. This, my gorgeous people, is a very, very, very powerful and a very, very important pendant, because it is going to detoxify any negativity and any toxicity out of your life. This pendant is also ridiculously powerful because it's so important when it comes to our metabolism as well. To have a healthy metabolism, it's really significant when it comes to our health in general. This peridot is ridiculously powerful because when you wear it, you attract the right people and the right situations into your life. Why? Because what's the best about you, it's highlighted while you're wearing this. So whether you want to attract certain people when it comes to love and when it comes to romance into your life, or whether you're trying to make, whether you're trying to attract like maybe certain people when it comes to business, when it comes to your career, it's also absolutely brilliant for that as well. It does tend to bring you a really, really good luck when you are doing something financial, when you're focusing on your finances, when you're making like a really important financial decisions, or when you're making important decisions in general, because peridot helps you, like really prevents you from like a really over analyzing, and when we are over analyzing something, then over analyzing can be really, really dangerous, because us over analyzing something we should never be analyzing in the first place only comes from us maybe not feeling confident enough. So this in itself prevents you from over analyzing something you shouldn't analyze, because it does make you feel extremely, extremely confident. Listen to me very carefully. Peridot brings the best out in you because it makes you feel really, really confident in general. This is what you need to remember, my gorgeous people. It is ever so important. It is the crystal of expansion, and it is the crystal of a new beginnings. Oh my God, ever so significant for those people who have been stacked for a while. For those people who did not have any changes, in their lives, for those people who are unhappy with their lives, and sometimes subconsciously we are affected by the certain things we are not even realizing that are preventing us to move forward. So Peridot has got a power to unlock the best within us, and this element of ourselves is like more powerful than we can possibly imagine, but it's very sensitive. So if there is an ounce of like, oh my God, negativity or fear when we have towards something, that's kind of amplified, and without us even realizing, that energy is preventing us from moving forward. So Peridot has got a power to keep this energy away so we can like really do things we want to do. So this is why, it's so important for those people who have been stuck, or those people who felt stuck for a while. Just remember, it attracts the right people and it attracts the right situations in your life as well. This crystal is ridiculously powerful. Okay, just remember that by wearing Peridot, it does not only bring a good luck into your life when it comes to so many things. This crystal brings you a good luck. Okay, this crystal has been used for many years just for that particular reason. Okay, and when it comes to Peridot, I'm so excited because I love Peridot. It's one of my favorite crystals indeed, because I know when I wear Peridot, I feel like I'm on top of the world. I feel like I can do what I don't normally feel like I can do. You know what I mean? It gives me the strength. It gives me this energy that I don't normally have. It sounds crazy, I know, but this is what this powerful pendant can actually do. So when it comes to moving on with our lives, this is something we should all have literally. It does bring you like, oh my God, kind of the whole new sense of what you should be doing, because you are reminded of things that maybe you are neglecting just because you did not have a confidence to kind of take on. So this immediately like kind of like really, as soon as you wear this, you do kind of are reminded of things, certain things in your life in such a way where you kind of start getting really positive ideas. That's the way you're reminded of things that you should be working on, because now suddenly something that you were afraid to start, now suddenly you have these amazing ideas, like incredible ideas, and that's how you are pointed towards the right directions through your own passion, through your own optimism. This in itself, my gorgeous people, is indeed your guiding light. And that's why I absolutely love Peridot. And also, why am I so excited? I've been waiting for this for years. I've been waiting for this for a very long time, my gorgeous people. Not that it's like impossible. I'm not saying it's impossible to find Peridot out there. But when I'm looking for crystals, I'm looking for the very specific crystals. They need to be of a high quality. So this one is a high quality Peridot. I'm not even joking. I've been waiting for this for years, and I only have a limited amount of this. I only have a limited amount of this in stock, my gorgeous people. So I really suggest you to buy this while you can. I'm not saying you can't get a Peridot out there, but it is not going to be as a wonderful and such a quality, high quality as this one. Okay, very powerful and natural Peridot. Okay, so this is why, because I've been waiting for this for years, absolute years, and I have only a few of these in stock. And once they're gone, I believe that's it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get any more. And I only have like a few in stock, like literally. And this is one of honestly one of the most powerful pendants, and it's so striking. It's so striking. Look at it. Just to have this around your neck. So beautiful, so striking, so natural. So this, my gorgeous people, is something I highly, highly recommend you. This gorgeous peridot comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is going to be in the description below, or it's going to be pinned on top of the comments, or you just go on Google and just type in, sorry, Sasha Bonasin shop, and my page is going to come up that way. You can click on it and you will see the first two products, you know, right on top of the store are gonna be the ones that I'm advertising right now. So this is something I highly suggest you to get. Another thing I recommend you, my gorgeous people, it's the second crystal. Okay, it's called chevron amethyst. Okay, so you all know amethyst. So this is a special type of amethyst, and of course it's natural. And this amethyst is like so powerful, like probably the most powerful. There are few crystals which are ridiculously powerful when it comes to our third psychic eye. And I did mention some of them, like for example, tiger's eye, blue tiger's eye. There are crystals which are brilliant when it comes to our third psychic eye indeed. Even lapis lazuli is quite good when it comes to our third psychic eye, very powerful. But I would probably say the chevron amethyst, this is a chevron amethyst, my gorgeous people. I would probably say, my honest opinion is that this in itself is probably the most powerful crystal when it comes to our third psychic eye. Our third psychic eye is who we are. Our third psychic eye, it's like who we are on the spiritual level. Our third psychic eye reconnects us with ourselves because we tap into something absolutely mind-blowing. We unlock a ridiculously powerful aspect of ourselves when we wear this, because it is ridiculously powerful when it comes to unlocking the power of a third psychic eye, which means that we just start to see life in a completely different way. Why? Because we become very brave, we become very confident, we become very powerful. I mean, look at this combination, out of this world. Very kind of, you know, when you become brave, when you feel brave, when you feel powerful, when you feel confident, at the same time, when the power of your third psychic eye has been unlocked, you need to be prepared to enter the whole new stage of your life, to enter the whole new world, because this is one of the most powerful crystals in terms of the actual guidance. You see what I mean? It just unlocks the power of your third psychic eye, and that in itself means that you enlighten yourself. While you're wearing this, you're enlightening yourself at the same time. Pay attention to how you're gonna think while you're wearing this. Pay attention to how you're gonna feel, how you're gonna respond to the certain people and to the certain situations in your life completely differently. There is so much about yourself that you find out along the way, because it starts this unlocking process. You know, the certain things unlock within you. You even start to kind of see the connection in between the all things in general, you know, and that in itself, it's also big. That in itself, it's also important, you know. And also at the same time, my gorgeous people, when it comes to chevron amethyst, you know, it's brilliant because it calms you down. It makes you feel peaceful at a time where, oh my God, the bombs are falling. God forbid, and no, I'm joking, but it makes you feel really good. It makes you feel really peaceful. It makes you feel really calm. So if you are going through something like that makes you feel really anxious, that makes you feel really bad, that makes you feel really stressed, you know, as soon as you wear chevron amethyst, it really brings you down. It really brings you down. It is like so powerful, you know, like, Oh my goodness. And also, if you are, persistently stressed, persistently negative, persistently down, persistently sad, if you're going through very kind of strange stages in your life, if you're going through really difficult things, this really helps you to kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel, because at the same time you become really spiritual, and those things that have been kind of scaring you, they do not scare you anymore. You just start seeing them as like a really important challenges rather than anything else. So it's all a kind of how you see things and how you respond to things, in this life. And if you are having like a sleeping problems or a sleeping difficulty, so you cannot relax whatsoever, Chevron, little French man came out of me. French spirit, hello, my darling, where are you? Where are you? Now, it's like chevron amethyst, my gorgeous people. It's also fantastic if you have a problems to relax, if you have a problems with sleeping and things like that. So this is why I highly recommend you to wear this, my gorgeous people, okay? And this also comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is going to be in this description below, or it's going to be pinned on top of the comments section, or you just go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin like a shop, and my page is gonna come up that way as well. This is something I highly recommend you indeed. Okay.